All right, a little bit of a different generation hex for you today on one subject, one issue, kind of a serious issue, but these guys are kind of laid back. Whether they're worried, whether they're frantic because of all these down arrows today. I bring my wingman, Dion Baya, here, a Fox News contributor, Katherine Timpf. We've got your world producer, Dan Hilston. I'm impressed Dan brought a tie, which is something you probably didn't take note of. Yeah. And we've got attorney Christy Kunzig. All right, open forum, guys, anyone and everyone. End with you. We've got people just too nervous to invest. Are you?
Of course. I think the stock market's volatile, and I know Obama likes to say that the economy has rebounded, but I think this recent news with the Fed not increasing interest rates is clear that it hasn't rebounded. It's still too weak. Yeah, I think that's a big problem.
I think the problem, particularly with this generation, is I think a lot of people don't understand how it all works. Whether it's the Federal Reserve.
I don't understand how your generation works.
I
agree with them. I don't even think they care.
In terms of interest rates, I care about the economy, I care about investing, but interest rates, when I think about my future, I don't really think about buying a house so much as I think about, hey, am I going to meet a man I like enough to spend my life with? Or like
I'm
5 minutes with.
About the house.
The house, but yeah.
Do any of you give any time to financial matters?
I do. Of course I do. Yes.
But when it comes to this generation, and I think a lot of people not understanding what's taking place, I think that they see the stock market going up and they go down.
Right.
And I think a lot of people...
And by the way, we will show... Dan has a very good point here. It happens now and then. But look at how volatile this is. Look at these swings. Violent swings.
Everybody expected that they'd raise them, and they're like, oh, just kidding. So what it said to me really is nobody seems to know what's going on.
Weren't you the one that said... Maybe it's good, I could be wrong. Is that you're concerned about whether the market's a fair place? Others in your generation say it's a rigged place.
Sometimes seems to be, especially with what happened in 2008 and all that, and then it's like, people still are able to profit while
they get bailed out.
Yeah,
and you don't.
See, I don't take it that way. I don't take it as a rigged, as anything that's rigged. I think the problem is that there's not enough people who are educated enough in how to understand.
Well, Dan, you have a young family,
Yes,
beautiful wife, 2 gorgeous kids. Thank God they take after your wife. But no, do you say? I mean, you have to say for their education and everything. Does the market is always the traditional vehicle to do that? Do you think twice?
Absolutely. I mean, for example, for my 401k, I mean, obviously I'm fairly young in terms of my career. I was very aggressive with my 401k. And then
do you think those Mozambique metal futures were a good idea?
And then I invested in Zimbabwean dollars.
I got you.
Who didn't? But personally, though, is I saw the market swings going up and down, and I started to get nervous. I got smacked the last time this happened. And I saw a lot of my 401k get sucked up.
So what did you do?
What I did was I took half of my 401k and I hedged it. And basically, I went very conservative with half of my 401k, but I still allowed room for growth. And I think a lot of people my age don't understand that by...
But you know where I'm going to make a distinction? This sounds sexy. I don't mean to. You're a married guy, kids to look after. Singles, I don't know, or married without kids, do. And I wonder if that's good, because numbers bear me out on this, that young singles aren't keen on this market.
Oh, I'm absolutely not. Yeah. I think we've seen the market. We see now is how it's going up and down.
So you agree with it? This market just bothers you?
It definitely bothers me.
What happened this week confirmed your worst fears.
In this day and age.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think it was just this week. I think they've been confirmed for a while, and I think that millennials are so used to it now that we're just trying to find safe ways.
So what are you doing with your money?
Right, I have a 401k, and I'm a little bit more risky than you are with my 401k, because I figure I might never retire, at least not anytime soon. So why not get out there?
Millennials don't really plan on
you
retiring.
really do look at that closely, or you're also young. I mean, you have time is on your side.
The biggest thing for us is right out of the gate, when we get out of college, we have like 30 grand of debt. We have, it's ridiculous.
Right.
So people our age, it's hard to even contemplate trying to save when everything you're just paying off. You have a car payment,
everything this week has turned you off on this market.
This week added to it. I don't think it was just this week alone. But
I felt good about it for a while.
I just think it's a long-term thing. I think it's back to 2008, like you said. A lot of people, we were starting our careers. We saw this happen, and I think there's just...
All right, and Dan has just told his kids, in case you're watching, you little guys, and they're cute as buttons, you're on your own. You're on your own.
Get jobs.
Get a job.